Hey guys, welcome to Homesteading Through Our Eyes. Today it is June 15th. It is another update on our homesteading journey here in the garden area. So let me show you what we've been doing so far. We planted 3 nut trees, an almond tree, and 2 walnut tree, Carpathian walnut trees. First year, so we have some time to wait. I also wanted to give a quick update on the plum tree that had gotten cracked and we taped up. It's kind of hard to see because there is a little weedy back here. We didn't get this area wood chipped like we would have hoped, but you can see that the tree is doing great. It's been several weeks now after the crack and there's been new growth on it. So it looks like it worked, and I'm glad that we decided to save it. We have our green beans planted with a nice big trellis wall here. Hopefully we have a wall of green beans in the next month or so. We've been battling slugs in this really wet spring, so we've been doing beer traps. We've also been covering our plants at night to help protect them from the slugs, and then in the morning coming and removing. We got this huge area planted with 50 corns and zucchini and viney squash, but the corn got planted right before several rainstorms, and the few that came up got eaten right away. So it doesn't look like we're going to have any corn this year, but it's alright. We'll try again next year. Instead, I have other things growing in the greenhouse that I can plant into the spots where the corn was supposed to go. So it's not, a complete loss of the area. Some of the zucchinis are coming up. Some of the squash that I had planted did get eaten, completely severed. Luckily, I do have extra planted in the greenhouse. It's always good to have extra. I put a nice marigold border here, and the slugs just love to eat the marigolds. So they're pretty much dead. So it's been a rough spring with all this rain fighting the slugs. The established plants are doing fine. I have a lot of Swiss chard doing great. Cabbage plants are still doing good. The onions we planted, maybe about 200 onions we planted throughout the whole garden here and there. Since we're doing not a monoculture, we're doing a polyculture. So a couple onions there, a couple onions over here, a couple more onions over here, a couple onions in the back and along the fence. And those are probably doing the best out of everything that we planted. And that's good because we can store them through the winter time. We're looking for storing crops. We picked all the scapes off of the garlic. You can see right here, I just broke it off. I made some garlic scape pesto. And you need to break your scapes off of your garlic in order to get the garlic bulb to form. So if you have garlic, make sure you're doing that. Even with our 3-foot chicken wire fence with 4 rows of fishing line and wooden X's, we still had a deer break in. He nibbled on too much stuff. He nibbled on my kale, which was looking really great, and now it's not. He ate some kohlrabis, he ate a sunflower. So we did see where he broke in, and we took more fishing wire and just threaded it up and down. So I really can't see them being able to get through that. I'm thinking if we have another break-in that I may just go buy more chicken wire and double the chicken wire all the way up to the top, because we really can't have the deers breaking in and eating all our hard work. The greenhouse is still coming in quite handy. While we were having that slug problem, I planted a lot more butternut squash and pumpkin seeds in the greenhouse to have extras, and I'm glad I did, because I planted every one of them, and I probably could have planted more had I known the slugs were going to be that bad, but that's okay. I got a lot. Right now we have a kale plant in here, which is doing great and didn't get nibbled on by the deers, and we are keeping our pepper plants in here for now, and they seem to be loving it in here. They kept warm while it was cool, and they didn't get hammered by all that rain, so they're looking very healthy. And they even have a flower or two on them. You can see our blackberries are forming the berries. They're just possibly starting to turn a little red. So we still have a couple weeks, but among our berry patches we also have boysenberries, which are black like blackberries, but they're shaped a little bit differently. So those are also forming. They're a little bit behind. They're just forming, and they're still very green, but they're really delicious. We have some volunteer tomato plants that are coming up in the old tomato bed from last year, and they're really healthy and they're growing really quick, almost quicker than the ones we actually planted. So we're leaving quite a few of those. A couple of our beds, nothing came up. We planted carrots here, but because of the super wet, cold spring that we had, a lot of the seeds got washed away or too wet and drowned. So we still have 90 days till frost at least, so I'm going to buy some more seed packets and try another replanting. See how that goes. These are some summer yellow squash that we bought from the co-op. Probably our biggest and healthiest plants that we have so far. Thanks for watching. The garden is pretty much done now. We just have a couple little things to finish up, and the watering and some weeding here and there to maintain it. But mostly it's done, so it's time to move on and get back to working on the yurt. We still have to finish the yurt platform before we can get the yurt up, so that will definitely be in our next update, and hopefully we get a lot done in the next month. Take care, thanks for watching, peace!